Yeah, so now the biggest thing we have here is that all the characters have been leaked, and we're gonna go one by one with the designs here, and just kind of give our general thoughts. Thank courtesy of NinjaPanda that's got all the images there. So there we go. So we're gonna start off with, of course, the originals. We got an image here of Ryu, Ken, and Zangief. Have you guys any thoughts you want to give on them while you pull them up? Especially you, Johnny. You got to pull up the picture and everything.
I love these remodels. Like basically Ryu, the one with the beard, the hot Ryu should have always kind of been the default since Street Fighter V. Like they should have done some change ups to him. But I'm really digging the new setup that they have for him, especially now where if you look real close, the cape that he kind of has around his shoulders is actually Oro's old garb from Street Fighter 3. So he must have finally, mastered his techniques, and then Oro passed away. Now, Ken, I dig Ken's setup, but he's kind of giving me like a weird Terry Bogard Mark of the Wolf vibe with that jacket.
Yeah. I like how they're doing it with Ken now, where, he has more outfits that look different, so he's, differentiated from Ryu and everything. But I love this outfit 10 times better than whatever the fuck he was wearing in Street Fighter V. I think the hairstyle just kind of ruined it for me. The outfit was kind of cool, I guess, but this looks way better. It looks more just more badass, like a chiseled Ken, you know what I mean? Still got the gloves, still got at least the gi pants. He got boots. Oh my god, Ken got shoes now. He looks badass. But yeah, he does look like Terry Bogard. Just avoid him if he asks you if you're okay, And then we got Zangief here. Zangief looking badass, looking even more wrestler-ish, because you know how it is. Not all wrestlers are just guys with trunks. A lot of them got fancier clothes here and there. We definitely know that with AEW and stuff. So it looks badass to see Zangief dressed as a more, I guess, modern-day wrestler that's not just like a guy in trunks. You know what I mean? Not like Cesaro or something like that,
Heck yeah, he kind of looks almost like like if Capcom took Rusev and put him in there, this is what would happen. Like, I'm definitely loving the redesign on Zangief. That was a perfect call.
Oh god, maybe Zangief actually got married during the time skip, and when you pick him, he'll actually say, "I'll satisfy my wife."
Oh my god,
that would be hilarious.
Okay, so my opinion of the design, I actually like Ryu's, and I especially like Zangief's design. Ken, it's kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of there. I don't really see much originality. It's just like, how many times have we seen, quote unquote, people wearing a jacket, kind of like Terry Bogard? And the only thing that makes Ken looks different compared to how he usually look like is just for the fact that, he's wearing shoes. Whoa, he's wearing shoes after all these years fighting barefoot. But other than that, I mean, shit, even Ryu has, like, sandals on, but Ken, was always barefoot, Well,
yeah, we have to...
Ryu was also barefoot, but you get the idea. So Ken's design, I'm not really that impressed with it, to be honest. It just looks like Capcom could have tried harder. This is really not original at all. Even if Terry Bogard have never existed, I'm just not really digging this coach look that he has on. I don't know. It's just there. But I do like Ryu. The sexy Ryu. Looks a little different with the beard and all that stuff. Yeah, I think Ryu's design's good because they still changed it up a little bit, but his essence is still there. It's still Ryu, So, he still has like that martial artist style in him. So I like Ryu. I like Zangief because he looks like a modern day pro wrestler. He looks like he could be the next AEW. He could be the next elite. I don't know. You never know.
Yeah, Zangief is all elite.
Tony Khan might, call him and, he might be the next guy in the AEW. You never know.
Hey,
but I really do dig Zangief's design, and I dig Ryu's design.
Imagine Zangief doing a spinning power driver off the top ropes, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we got a couple of people here. We got Dalsim, E Honda, Blanca, Guile, and Chun-Li. And Dalsim is probably the one that looks the same out of everyone. The clothes are a bit different. The
Well, he
shorts,
has
like
a
the
beard
drape.
now.
Yeah, but he had a beard in Street Fighter Five. I think you missed
Oh,
that. Yeah. Now he had a turban in Street Fighter Five. Doesn't have it here anymore. But he has the beard. The beard's a bit more stylized though. It looks, it looked like a regular beard in part five. Here it's a bit more stylized. But he pretty much looks like not that dramatic. Honda also looks pretty close. I mean, the clothes do kind of look similar to other sumo characters we've seen before. It's just we haven't seen Honda do it. You know what I mean? That's the thing about Ken. I mean, you have a guy with a red gi all the time. When he has a jacket, it may not be an impressive jacket, but still looks different because holy shit, he's got a jacket. So yeah, Honda's looking a little different. He's got the wristbands on. Blanca's pretty much the same. He just has a like a scarf handkerchief type thing going on there, and I wonder the story mode for him or whatever. What kind of, I don't know. Maybe that's a scarf that Sakura gave him or Dan gave him. I don't know. Guile looks badass. Different outfit. It's a different variation. It still looks kind of sort of uniform-ish. Reminds me of John Crotty's outfit, to be honest, just blue. But yeah, looking badass. And of course, Chun-Li. Chun-Li looking good. Looking good for her age there. Because, she has to be, I don't know, 30 whatever by now. And yeah, she looks cool. Love the outfit. It's actually like a pretty cool like mix between her old and new outfit. If you look at it, it kind of like she has a different version of her original outfit from the early Street Fighter games, but she got the blue tights on, similar to like the Alpha series. So it's kind of like a good mix there. So yeah, what do you think, Ninja Panda?
Yeah, I like these designs. Now, Dalsim kind of looks like his old traditional self. It's just they gave him a beard. E Honda, yeah, they gave him a blue sumo garb and just had it like half off, which, normally that would just be just kind of meh, but it actually makes it work. Now, Blanca and the scarf, I have no idea what's going on there. I think he's probably going to be in story mode searching for somebody, maybe Sakura or something like that. But, I mean, it still looks pretty cool. Now, Guile, on the other hand, I agree with you. Guile looks like, this could have been something you would have seen Jean-Claude Van Damme wearing in the Street Fighter movie. Like, it's got that Air Force, but kind of like UN color deal, which I dig it. I like it a lot. And Chun-Li, you can tell where they're going at with her story. Like, yeah, she's gotten older, and it seems like she's matured more because of her outfit. Like, it's not really, too, a loud, sharp blue and gold, and it's just she's not wearing heavy spikes. They're just more like, studs on her arms. And it seems more like they're making a more mature Chun-Li. So, I definitely dig the costumes there.
Well, with it, I actually like the new costumes. They all look great. Dalsim, pretty much the same. He just has the mustache, but he has the beard on. Honda, I like it. I mean, it's a little different than what he wore before. It's still, sumo-like, but I like it. It still kind of changed it up a little bit. Blanca, I mean, yeah, I don't know what's with the handkerchief, but, it's still good. I personally think that the Dalsim, Honda, and Blanca, they kind of changed it up enough for people to say, okay, this is like the Street Fighter 6 version of the characters, but they didn't change it up too much so that you could still tell, who's who, And I definitely like Guile's outfit. It does look more like uniform, like a military type uniform. A little bit stylish. Again, it does look something that, Van Damme would have worn in the Street Fighter movie. And maybe they're making kind of like a joke about that a little bit, like kind of like rubbing it in. And, hey, this is how Guile would have looked like in that movie, if it was made like in recent times. And I definitely am digging Chun-Li's look. I think Chun-Li is looking much more like a mature woman in a good way. She looks more like secure in herself, and I just like how she still kind of has like the original costume, but then she still has like, it's so funny that just because she has like the blue leggings underneath, her original costume, that's more than enough to kind of make Chun-Li stand out a little bit more. And I actually like the shoes that Chun-Li's wearing because she's not wearing the boots. And she's not wearing sneakers like in the Street Fighter Alpha series. So this actually kind of changed it up a little bit. I actually kind of digging this new Chun-Li look. And in my opinion, I also think that Chun-Li's also going a little bit more conservative in a certain way because, you know, she's having like the legging thing, so it's obviously going to be much more coverage compared to the Chun-Li in the past, and she is showing her legs a little bit more than that, you know, if you know what I mean.
But anyways, next up, going down there, we've got Cammy, and yeah, she's rocking the short hair. Pretty fucking awesome. I thought that those were her ponytails at first, but it's like she's got like this little jacket that has like two long, I don't know, straps or whatever. So it kind of sort of teases the ponytail of yesteryear. But she's got the cool big bangs in front of her head that she always had. But the short hair, like, hey, she's rocking it. You know, she's got that kind of that karai hairstyle sort of. And, you know, love the suit. She got little, what do you call it, tank top and kind of like, I don't know, it kind of looks like a yoga type outfit, I guess. It's showing midriff. It's the tank top part and the leggings part. So even though Cammy's wearing, like, you know, she's actually wearing pants now, it's still super skin tight. So you're still, you know, you're still seeing Cammy there. And of course she still has her famous giant red gauntlet things and her giant red gauntlet boots and everything. But that's a good look for her. And not only that, but Cammy was always kind of like the younger one of the Street Fighter characters and everything. So now she finally grew up. We got to see her. She's more womanly now and looks more serious. She doesn't have that, you know, kind of, I guess, more innocent, doe-eyed face she used to have because, you know, she's recovering from amnesia and all this stuff happened to her. Now she looks like she's past that. She's way more determined, you know. And yeah, we'll stop with Cammy. We'll go on because all these guys, I think these other people have way more changes. So yeah, what do you guys think about Cammy before we jump onto the other people?
Dude, I'm totally digging Cammy. Like the new setup, again, it kind of like the way that the art's done, you can kind of tell a story there, and it seems more like, you know, the story here is she's more matured. She's gotten over, you know, everything like her amnesia, the damage of everything she's caused while she was working with Bison. You know, it's more like she's moving on, but in the same sense, you know, you've kind of got like a punkish British style to it with the short denim jacket and like the halter top. It's definitely a good mix, and I can't believe they cut the braids off. But then again, that might have been something that was part of her past that she just let go of. Dude, I definitely gotta give that one like a 9 out of 10 for that character design.
Okay, about Cammy, I'm confused because on the right part of the right hand, it looks like she's holding something, or is that the ponytail?
No, that's actually a tassel coming off the back of her jacket.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I am digging Cammy's new look, and she looks very athletic because, you know, by wearing that, I don't know what's it called, like the short tank top, whatever she has on, and a short jacket, you really see how well defined her abs are. So that's, yeah, Cammy, don't mess with her. And kind of like what you guys say, she looks much more serious. She looks more determined. She's not wearing tedious type clothing she used to wear. Like now, you know, I'm starting to notice a theme here. It looks like the women in the game, they're dressing up a little bit more like hey, we're not wearing that bikini shit anymore. We're wearing like real clothes. You know, we want to be taken serious.
Well, everyone kind of is. Everyone's kind of wearing more like realistic outfits now.
Yeah. So I'm actually digging this clothing. Cammy style is kind of like a mixture between, I don't know, very like punk rockish, and especially with that short hair, you know, with the coat and all that. But at the same time, she looks very like an athletic wear, like because she has like the leggings on, the you know, the crop top thing is very short, like it shows her abs, and you know, it just shows that she looks like she's, you know, definitely hitting the gym and working and ready to kill people.
Like legit, she kind of gives me like some Ruby Soho vibes. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think it does. It does in a way.
Also,
But
I don't know.
I'm definitely digging the Colts. That's badass.
The hair is kind of like Blue Mary, sort of, but not enough that it covers her ears. But yeah, it almost looks kind of like what if Capcom drew Blue Mary?
Yeah, I can give you that.
So next up we got DJ, and damn, DJ looks fucking badass, man. I hope, like, I know he had good moves back then, kind of a charge character and stuff, but I hope they make him like quicker or like kind of a powerhouse guy or something, cause dude, he looks fucking badass. I just want to wreck shit with this guy. Fucking badass design, just the coat, the pants, he got the big headset wrapped around his neck and everything. I mean, I don't know, like DJ was always I mean, kind of a comical character. I wouldn't say he was super comic book. He was kind of a cool dude though. But here he's just, oh shit, he just took steps in badassery. He just leveled up in badassery, man. Like I want to pick this dude. I really hope they make him like super bad. Like I said, they'll keep some of his moves and stuff. I hope he's a bit of a faster, slightly powerhouse character this time around, because I just want to jump in and wreck shit and not worry so much about always holding back the charge or whatever, man. Like this dude looks like he belongs almost in Tekken, just how he looks.
Yeah, he does kind of give off some Tekken vibes there. You still got the trademark smile on his face, but like, I don't know what happened in between the years of Street Fighter 2 to now, but he got mega jacked. Like, he looks like he's ready to wreck house and take some names. But I'm loving the design. He's still got like a martial artist, but he's kind of laid back looking vibe to him, especially with the headphones and like the chill vest that he's got on. I'm definitely digging this design. If he's out in the demo, that's going to be the first guy I'm playing.
Love the hair, man.
I'm digging DJ's new look. It is giving me a bit of a Eddie Gordo vibe in a certain way, but yeah, I'm digging the new hair. The headpiece looks pretty cool. The gloves, I don't know, the pants look pretty cool. They really did like a really good makeover on DJ, and I really do hope that they improve his gameplay. I don't know, judging by the look, I'm hoping they're gonna add more moves, make him more of a faster, agile character. But definitely, just basing on the appearance, it does give me a Tekken vibe in a certain.
DJ looks like what if No Way Jose went over.
But yeah, I also like DJ's image because it's like, yeah, he looks like he's ready to fight, but at the same time, he looks like he could be a DJ at a club.
So now we've got, he is a musician of sorts, assuming the story continues from there. So hey, he could be both. He could be a DJ at a club and a kick-ass fighter. So next we got Rashid. And yeah, Rashid's looking badass. And again, he's looking more badass, more modern, a bit more realistic, And just love the open jacket thing. It looks like he's sporting a new tattoo. I don't know if in Street Fighter 5 any of the costumes showed off his chest enough to see if he had a tattoo or not. So this might be like new. Love the gloves and everything. I noticed doesn't have the Saiyan thing anymore, the Saiyan Scouter thing anymore. But he's always been obsessed with technology, so he might probably still reference new gadgets and new things here and there, at least during story mode or something. I don't know if he'll use them in combat, but I like it. It's a more modern look to him. Again, a bit more of a realistic look to him and everything. So he's pretty cool.
Dude, I am completely head over heels with this new design for Rashid. I don't know. It's weird because he's got like a Arabic meets almost a near samurai vibe to him. Like, definitely loving the new top and everything, the open top. The shoes show that he still rocks technology, because if you look real close, he's wearing sandals, but they also have like the Nike Air Max bubble and kind of a Reebok pump thing on the top.
Oh god!
So that's kind of hilarious. But no, definitely loving this redesign. I mean, Rashid was one of my favorite characters in 5, so I'm going to take the time and I'm going to say this now. This is going to be my main. He is going to be the guy that I'm going to sit there and I'm going to work my butt off to learn. Like, dude just he looks like an Arabic ninja. Like, it's freaking awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I'm definitely digging Rashid's look. I love the sandals, the pants, the bandana, the open coat. I mean, I don't know. It's just like a very good outfit overall. It's a mixture between like a traditional Arabic wear, but at the same time, it's still a mix with some of the modernness as well. It's kind of like a mix and match. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I don't know. I'm actually digging this look. And yeah, he looks like he's ready to kick ass.
So next we got Juri here, and yeah, Juri hasn't changed that much. I mean, it looks kind of like her original Street Fighter 4 outfit, just with a slightly different color scheme. Her top is more opened up with the spider tattoo thing barely covering up her chest. It kind of looks like she went back to her Street Fighter 4 smaller chest, because I guess, you know, she somehow got stacked in Street Fighter 5. And yeah, she got like a colored stripe now in her hair, a little purple colored stripe. Her hair is still doing the Rita Repulsa thing, just not as I guess not as large, it's more toned down. So like, again, they're taking a more realistic approach with some of these people and stuff, toning down their more cartoonish things. But yeah, she looks pretty cool. And not too much to really say. Like I said, it's kind of like her original Street Fighter 4 look, just with you know, slightly different color variation here and there. But of course, she'll mostly benefit because now she'll be in the new Street Fighter 6 graphic style. But, you know, I guess what they say, don't fix too much what's not broken.
Yeah, I agree. They kind of stuck to the original on this one, and it was a good call. They kind of, I do see where they mixed it up a little by changing the color scheme with a little bit of what she had with 5, and, you know, that and opening up the spider, like, chest gear that she had on her chest from Street Fighter 5, and then just kind of mixing that with 4. It was a good, you know, it's a good mix put together, and they did a really good job with that. I definitely dig what they did. It's kind of like just like an updated version of the original, so yeah, I'm digging it.
Yeah, my opinion, yeah, pretty much her outfit looks pretty similar to what she have always worn, but they maybe changed it up here and there. But overall, I mean, can't go wrong with this. It's pretty good to begin with, so just seeing her play as Street Fighter 6, it's just more than good enough. They didn't really have to change that much. It shows that, you know, she's pretty good the way she is.
So next we got Ed, and yeah, I guess Ed now finally is a full-grown adult now. Of course, he's got that weird, you know, accelerated aging and stuff, because once again, he was also meant to be another replacement body for Bison and all that. And yeah, now he just wears a more normal outfit. It's really nothing like that spectacular, but just look better for him, because oh god, his outfit in Street Fighter 5 was such a mess. And the cape, half cape, and I don't know, it's just weird, you know. Here it looks like a regular punk kid here, but I'm assuming he'll still fight, like, you know, between learning boxing from Balrog, but also having a bit of the psycho power. But yeah, he looks better here, better overall design. I think part of the thing that kind of messed up with Part 5 was just the graphics, because, you know, in Part 5 everyone is fucking jacked no matter what, so he went from this scrawny little kid to being fucking jacked in months or something. So here maybe they'll tone it down some, give or take. But yeah, it's a plain design sort of, but he just looks way better here. It's like, I feel like they try to toss everything in the kitchen sink to him in Part 5, and here it's like, whoa, slow your roll, let's tone it down. And to be honest too, I'm glad he came back, because I know he has this new like Neo Shadowloo storyline with Falk and the others, but I was really afraid there's gonna be one of those storylines that's like, you know, it's gonna get forgotten, because, you know, Part 5 is supposed to go into Street Fighter 3 story and all that stuff. I was never expecting them to actually go beyond Street Fighter 3, to be honest. I thought they were going to do another, you know, little bullshit. This takes place 2 months before Street Fighter 3 or some crap like that. But yeah, I'm glad to see Ed come back. I'm glad he wasn't forgotten. I'm glad they respected his storyline, because it would really suck to do that and then, he's not coming back. No one cared about him. No one liked him. So I'm glad he's back, at least for story purposes.
I don't know about this one. Like, he's kind of got a generic jobber style deal. He looks like he could just be like one of the generic enemies in like one of the old Final Fight games. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Looking at his design between the boots and the blue and red jacket, he kind of reminds me of Dante from that DMC reboot with blonde hair, which is probably why I'm just kind of like kind of ripping on it right now. But I don't know. He just looks too generic. It's it's like he's just there.
All right. So my opinion on Ed's design, to me, he looks a little bit like Final Fight Cody, but if he went this route, like a different look, like having the jacket and the jeans and the boots. But I don't know why, but it's giving me Cody's vibe.
Yeah, pretty boy Cody. What if Cody was born with a silver spoon in his mouth?
This is Cody when he was younger. Oh, the only thing that I like about the design is that I do like kind of like the hairdo.
Yeah, he had that in Street Fighter V.
But other than that, like, I don't know. It's kind of like nothing really that original design-wise.
Okay, so next up we got the real beast here. We got Akuma looking fucking badass. I mean, he looks way more badass here. I know there was lots of complaints about his kind of like, I guess, lion's mane that he had in Street Fighter V. Here he kind of, I think he kind of sort of has it, but I guess it might work better. He also has that slight little yellow streak that he had in Street Fighter 3 when he was getting older. He's got the shirt off. He's got, the ripped up gi. It's not terribly too much of a huge redesign, but he looks ready to clean house,
Yeah, I don't know what they did with his design. They kept it pretty simple and like kind of like to his older version, but he looks like a freaking beast. Yeah, they kind of slicked back the top part of his hair to bring the lion mane down, but otherwise, like, there's not too much of a change. But just from this design alone, he just looks like a freaking monster. I'm wondering how he's gonna look once it's applied to the RE engine. I'm digging it, man.
Yeah, I like this Akuma design. It just looks, I don't know, more jacked, more like ready to kill people. He just looks like a total beast in this version, and I mean, you could still tell it's Akuma, but I feel like they still touched it up a lot. So I don't know. I dig this design. He looks like a monster.
So next we've got Luke, and it's kind of weird though, because this is supposed to be like taking place after the game. I don't know. He kind of looks like a younger, more juvenile version of Luke that we just saw in Street Fighter V, which again, this guy's like 5 minutes old still. And I don't know, like at least in the game graphic style, he looks so different that like it doesn't even look like the same character almost. I mean, the artwork here looks better, but like I don't know. But yeah, cool look, cool design and everything. It was kind of weird that they went with the 5 thing, because now we're in Street Fighter 6 and he still has the 5 thing on him and everything across his chest. But yeah, cool design. But I mean, yeah, he looks. I don't know. He just looks very different. It's hard. Like if you put them side by side, they could be like brothers, but it's kind of like they barely look like the same guy, sorta.
Well, the thing on his chest isn't exactly a 5 thing. It's supposed to be like a representation of the eagle wings from the Air Force. Because if you remember, he was under the same unit that Guile was. Now I do notice a little bit of change ups to make him look older. Like he's got the scars across his face, which he didn't have in Street Fighter V. It just, I guess that kind of makes him look like he's more war-torn, more rugged, like he's, kind of been out for a while and he's gained some experience. And he's more or less in, like, a training gear style setup because, like, you notice from the gym pants, and he's not wearing any shoes. So you could tell, it's supposed to be him, I guess, kind of like when he was like floating around the MMA gym or whatever, but I definitely see a difference. Like they're minor tweaks, but I can see them, and so far so good. Still same old Luke. Can't really complain. Just looks pretty much like the previous one.
Yeah, I kind of like the design, but I don't know. I think maybe the other fighters, they just look more. A little bit more dramatic. So in my opinion, it's kind of like It's not a bad design, but at the same time, I'm not like super impressed either. But I don't know. That's just my opinion.
All right, so now for the new characters, and holy shit, almost all of them are women. We only got like 2 new guys. Like they really cranked it up here, which of course is cool. Cause hey, you know, I mean, the more fighting games come out, the more is an evenly matched thing. We're gone from the old days. Where it was like a bunch of guys and the token female. Now we got like a bunch. So the first one we got here is Marissa, and damn, she looks like a fucking beast. She looks like the replacement, like if you know how they kind of had Dudley in there in case you missed Balrog. This is kind of like if you missed Balrog or Dudley. Now we got Marissa. Obviously got the boxing gloves on, kind of like a gladiator type look to her. I mean, she's just there to beat the shit out of people, man. She looks tough. She looks focused and everything.
Yeah, I kind of like it. Judging from the foot wraps, I'm guessing she's a Muay Thai fighter, so she might be the sub in for Sagat. But man, is she beastly! Like it's like she almost looks like a female Craig Marduk. I mean, chick looks jacked. I love the design. It's fairly simple. You know, it looks like she's a little braggadocious with the gladiator style trunks. So like she actually knows what she's doing. But yeah, overall, I like the new design on her.
Yeah, my opinion is that holy shit, she is super jacked. She reminds me of the. She's gonna be like the women bodybuilder type vibe, just based on her physique. Extremely athletic, you can tell. And I do like the Muay Thai style uniform. So I'm digging it. I'm digging this look, and I like her hair. It's red hair.
Yeah, it's like red hair.
Yeah, but I'm digging the hairstyle. And she looks very tall too. Like holy shit, she looks taller than Luke if we're basing on this picture.
Yeah, she looks like she's gonna be as tall as Sagat in them, to be honest.
Now that would be an interesting match, seeing her versus Sagat. Holy smokes.
Then we got Jamie or Jaime. I don't know. I guess Jamie. I don't know. Like I said, we don't know until they actually release like the game and whatever. But yeah, it looks cool. He looks like another martial arts along the lines of like Yin and Yang, like that kind of style. The cool thing is, and I think I brought this up before when we did our podcast, when we were talking about fighting styles that have not yet been used. This guy actually uses drunken master kung fu. He has a little gourd that he drinks in between matches and stuff. I don't know if his entire style's gonna be like that or kind of a mix, but there is some drunken kung fu master in there, which is fucking awesome. And love the long hair too. And yeah, just overall cool outfit there.
Yeah, this guy is a complete amalgam of like Yun, Yang, and a little bit of Gin. Like as far as his fighting style, he's like a drunken boxer that breakdances. So it's like, yo, this is what would happen if like a monk ended up going to a nightclub. This is what would go down. Like I love his costume design. Seeing it in motion was just ridiculous. But yeah, definitely digging the style there.
Yeah, I'm digging this look. It's really giving me a Tekken vibe. He looks like a character that would be in a Tekken game. But yeah, I definitely have to actually rewatch the trailer again, like more in depth, because I gotta really see how these characters, in action. But yeah, overall, this is a very good look, and it is giving me a yin and yang vibe as well. It would be cool to see a match between him and them. Like, holy smokes.
So next we got Mimi, and she's a French fighter. And yeah, I mean, her outfit looks kind of like almost like another either martial arts or like it gives me like a Kim Kaplan vibe, sort of. I guess to kind of counteract Juri, because Juri's already the Taekwondo fighter of the group, so she might be another Taekwondo or MMA type fighter to the group there. And but yeah, cool look. She's got this pink hair with the 2 super long bangs on the side, or whatever you call those kind of things. Because I don't know if they're called bangs or ponytails or what. Because it's in the front, not in the back. But yeah, interesting look. She looks like she might be a kind of technical grappler type character, which is kind of cool. You know, it's also kind of cool to have a different kind of grappler. Doesn't necessarily a wrestler, you know, so she might give competition to Armika with her grapple techniques. But yeah, she's pretty cool look.
Yeah, I dig it. Looking at her costume and where she's from, I'm starting to wonder if maybe she's related to Abel from Street Fighter 4 because he was also French, and considering the spandex and then the gi top, you know, she's kind of giving off that Valet Tudo vibe that he also had. So I'm wondering if she's like related to Abel in any way, but we'll see in the story mode. But other than that, I do like her costume setup. It's very like agile yet still kind of flashy. It looks like she could, you know, kick you just as quickly as she could probably grapple you. So yeah, definitely loving it. The bangs are kind of weird. They're extremely long. So it'd be funny if like they had like an interaction where somebody could like grab and pull it for an attack. But otherwise, yeah, I do like this design.
Okay, so my opinion, she's definitely giving me Tour de France vibe. Like she does have like that cyclist type spandex wear underneath the top, underneath the clothes that she's wearing, like the hoodie kind of thing she has on top. Not a bad look, but I'm not too crazy about the bangs. I think it's almost like maybe she could have done without the bangs, just sport the short hair. I think that would actually have been awesome on her. And yeah, judging from her appearance, she does look like she's going to be someone very technical, pretty much like a grappler type. And yeah, I could just say it's a very French design, the whole cyclist type clothing that she's wearing. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Now, one thing though is that if she is in any way related to Abel, I'm wondering if that means that she was also meant to be another replacement body for Bison, because Bison loves those female replacement bodies and all that.
Yeah, this is true. We shall see. Maybe it might be Abel's sister that knows something that happened to him before he got his memory wiped.
Yeah. So next up from Mexico, we got this character here, and based on the fact that Japan doesn't have like an official L sound, her name could be either Riri or Lili, and I don't know. I mean, it could go either way. I honestly don't know many Mexican people named Riri or Lili, to be honest. Lili's not a common name down there, but yeah, she's very what do you call it? Native American, like Mexican American. I don't know how it's called over there, but we do have native Mexicans that are I guess our equivalent and everything. And she's got a little feather on her head. She's got these clubs. She's got like these ball-headed war clubs. So that's kind of interesting character. We haven't really seen many people with weapons, not counting Vega, for a while. I guess Rolento too, but her having these clubs. And to see how they play, like if she spins them around or throws them or throws fireballs them or whatever, it's kind of interesting. And yeah, I'm very curious on her story. Like what's her deal? How does she get involved? And yeah, that's pretty interesting look there. That's someone I'm just was not expecting in World of Street Fighter, but there you go. And hey, for people that care about representation, finally a real Mexican person, because yes, Thunderhawk was fighting for the country of Mexico, but he was actually a Native American that his land was like destroyed. He was driven off by Bison's forces, so he ended up living in Mexico, but he was not Mexico born and raised. Now we've got Lili here. I'll just call her Lili for now. And yeah, Mexican representation. Orale.
Yeah, I definitely dig the fact that they're actually doing a full Mexican representation for this character, and it's not just somebody that by chance ran off there and ended up there. I love the design. Very, native, very kind of earthy design to her. And the ball head clubs, I want to see how that's going to work out in gameplay. But so far, they look like a good addition to the character. It's just like, okay, well, I might be one of the smaller ones of the Street Fighters, but hey, I got these. I can run shop. So definitely getting that vibe from her. But yeah, love the design on this character. Can't wait to see her in gameplay.
But yeah, Ludi's definitely representing Mexico loud and proud. Uh, I like the fact that they're going. I don't know, this very like mystic, native, indigenous look to her. I think that's very awesome. That's like extremely traditional, and I like that because they could have had anybody from Mexico for the big city, but no, they actually grabbed somebody that's representing the I would say the indigenous side of Mexico, right? So that's pretty awesome. That's something that uh, I don't know. It speaks volume about Capcom because, again, like I said, they could have just grabbed anybody from the larger city side of Mexico, like people that are more like urban. But no, they grabbed somebody that's more like representing more like the indigenous side of Mexico, and that's pretty awesome. And I'm digging her whole design, and I'm wondering how she's gonna fight in the game with what's the things that she's holding.
The most I see is ball-headed war clubs. I don't know if they have like a more official
I'm
name.
curious to see how. And I don't know why, but she's going to be the vibe that she's going to be somebody that probably could be cheesy with that stuff.
So next we got JP, and he just looks like. I mean, I thought it was G at first until I saw the name. I thought it was like G's like brand new look. Maybe, I mean, it's heavily implied that G eventually became Q. Maybe he like, I don't know, beat the brainwashing or whatever the fuck and became like JP now. And for all we know, I mean, that could be his story, right? We don't know. I mean, that could be it. Maybe this is G as Q, that Q broke the brainwashing and now he's JP. They all have letters. And the thing is, it's very coincidental. If this is not G, there has to be some relation. It's too much of a coincidence with G and Q and JP. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But he looks cool. He looks stylish. I don't know. He looks kind of like, I don't know. He kind of looks like the classic monologuing supervillain. That the only thing missing is like the glass of red wine as he explains his plot. I mean, for all we know, I mean, we can't assume all these guys are heroes, So, I mean, he might be working for whoever the big bad is in the series, or second in command, or something like that. But yeah, he does kind of give me the classic supervillain kind of vibe and everything. But yeah, he looks badass, and we haven't seen a person that looks, because again, we're stepping more into real world territory, sorta, So he does look like a more realistic kind of villain type over the more cartoonish Bison and Vega and Fang and all them characters, and especially like Gil and Uri, and you know what I mean. So this guy looks a bit more I guess more realistic,
Yeah, I gotta agree. Like it's actually weird because he looks like a combination between G and Rugal from the King of Fighters series. That's the kind of weird vibe I get from him. So I'm starting to wonder the same thing as you are. If G no longer was Q and this is his escaped character, or maybe it's his brother or something of that nature. I'm noticing in the background he's got two flags. He's got the flag for his country, and he's got a mystery flag. So we don't know what affiliation he's with. He could be a remnant of Shadowloo or SIN, or he might be part of the Neo Shadowloo with Ed. So we don't know where his affiliation lies. But yeah, definitely a mysterious character, but I'm loving this design. He's got it's like a modern day regal character. Like almost like if you were to take Dracula from Castlevania and put him in the 21st century, this is what you'd end up with. So yeah, I'm definitely digging him. He's a really mysterious character, even with just his design, and I definitely want to see what's up with him.
Yeah, I'm definitely digging this design. He does have like a very villainous look to him. And yeah, it is giving me vibes that could be related to Q and those people. Like, I don't know, like just the fact that he has his country flag, but then a question mark right next to it. Like, I don't know, kind of mysterious there. But overall, I like the design, and I'm actually wondering if, I guess the walking stick he has in his hand, I wonder if he's actually going to use it as a weapon as well. Because something tells me that he probably will.
Yeah, bitch don't know about my pip cane. But yeah, I agree. I hope he uses the weapon there. Now I don't know. That's another thing to consider. The flag thing might be a question mark. Like it might remain that way in game, or it might be the Shad the Loop flag. They just don't want to spoil it right now, so that it's not a big spoiler that he's on the same team as Ed. I mean the blue for both is a coincidence or whatever, but it is the same font of blue. So who knows? You know what I mean? He might be. He might be working for or with Ed, but since these leaks always happen, they're like, yeah, let's put a question mark there in case these fuckers leak this shit.
You mean like what we're doing?
Yeah. Oh god. So then we've got Kimberly, and she's from the U.S. of A. She's got cool street clothes. She's got like 4 or 5 big old bangs that kind of remind me of no, not bangs, more like locks, I guess. I don't know if you call those dreadlocks, but they kind of remind me of like what Karine has, but longer, and they're like tinted green near the ends and everything. She's got a Walkman, which I'm surprised. I mean, maybe she stole it off of Bart Simpson or something. But yeah, I know, right? But yeah, she looks cool. Coming that she's like from America and stuff. I'm assuming she's supposed to represent like the more regular, average like street person you would see in the country and whatever. But yeah, she looks cool. It's just I can't really figure her out though. I don't know like what art style or fighting style they're going with her though. I don't know if she'll like use her hair in combat. I don't know if maybe the hair, since it's tinted green, it's got some kind of some powers or abilities within the hair or something with the Walkman. Because you know how it is in a fighting game, you can't just have a Walkman on you without using it for some reason. So I don't know if she's like a musical counterpart to DJ. I don't know. The red, it kind of almost gives me a Roll from the Mega Man Legends game, but yeah, I'm just curious. I'm curious what she's gonna do. I can't figure her out unless it's just I guess random like street brawling style or something.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on there, Mark. I kind of got nothing as far as a reflection of her style, except for like the light energy coming from her braids. Maybe she uses that as her weapon. But then again, she's got like these really cool fire tattoos on her arms and her legs, so that could also be a thing. But my only concern is maybe she's from the past or something, because dear God, why does she have a Sony Walkman attached to her hip? I don't get it. I really don't. Like, nobody anywhere uses those things anymore. But I don't know, like, I like the design. The whole roll, like, shoulder pad, like, sleeves kind of throws me off. But it's not a bad design, but it's not really the best one. So I'm wondering where our fighting style is going to be, and, maybe if we can get a DLC to change that design up, but I don't know. It's okay.
So, my opinion, actually, this is giving me, now that you guys mentioned the Walkman, at first I thought that, hey, it has to be a phone, right? Like I don't know if she has leggings on, but you know how there's the ones that you can put your phone there? I was thinking it was a phone, but no, I guess it is a Walkman, and I don't know, just for that fact alone, I don't know, man, it's giving me 80s vibe. Maybe she is from the 80s.
I mean, that's one concept that hasn't been used.
Street style 80s vibe to add on top of that. So I'm thinking that her style of fighting, we're not sure yet, but I think her style of fighting is probably going to be like more like a street style fighting, because hey, Street Fighter, you got to fight it out in the streets.
You mean an actual Street Fighter in a Street Fighter game? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a good old US of A.
No way.
But that would be an interesting thing, though. That's one thing they haven't done in the world of crazy world of Street Fighter and Capcom overall. If she fucking somehow slipped through a portal or something and run it up in 2022 or 2023 and whatever. So weird. So, oh god, I really want to see Rashid interact with her if they got some kind of like story thing, because Rashid would be the most likely character to really point out, like, Walkman, really? Like, you serious? Since he's so high on technology and stuff.
Yeah, that was actually going through my head when I first saw it. I was like, if they don't do a movie seg where Kimberly and Rashid just like literally go at each other and he goes off on her about the Sony Walkman, I'm like destroying the disc. Like that's more than an obvious joke. It should be there. I don't know. Like I'm really thinking, conspiracy theory hat on. I'm really starting to think that maybe this character might be like some sort of time traveler. That's a new approach they haven't added before, and she kind of has a bit of an '80s feel to her. So maybe that might be it. Maybe she was like trying to escape from the Mad Gear gang back in '89 and like ran into the wrong bathroom stall and fell into a portal into like 2022 or something.
Either that, or maybe she's actually from the time period, but she's like those people that like to wear that vintage stuff because that shit's in nowadays.
Yeah, but how old is she though? She wouldn't have been born during, or she would have been like a baby during then. Look, she doesn't really look like an adult here.
No, but what I meant is that she could be, a modern day girl from this time period, but that she likes to dress vintage. She likes to dress
that she's big into retro stuff.
Yeah. Because a lot of people like to do that stuff nowadays as well.
Yeah, on her downtime, she's like buying vinyl and shit.
So, maybe she goes to the thrift shop and buy all that stuff for the 80s, yo.
Yeah, she's buying like vinyl stuff and bragging to everyone like, yo, vinyl's coming back, man. No, I'm serious. Vinyl's coming back, yo. And they're like, yeah, okay, Kimberly, okay.
And they're like, here's a pencil to rewind your cassette tape. Just leave me alone.
Oh, God. Hey, she could rewind the tapes for Jimmy and Billy Lee, from Double Dragon Neon. So that's a weird thing. Like, I know the game was made in the 80s, but it never took place in the 80s, guys. Anyways, the last character we got here so far, because I'm assuming this is the base roster, and I gotta say kudos to you guys. You gave us a very big and very complete base roster here, even before we start going into DLC or whatever. But last one we got here is A.K.I, which I'm assuming the way they do it, I mean, it'll probably literally be pronounced A.K.I. And there's a lot of things to consider here. First of all, with the claws and stuff, and I don't know, almost vampiric appearance. The claws kind of remind me, they're not similar, but it looks like maybe, oh god, it's like there's so many things to tackle here. Okay, so with her name being A.K.I and the claws, I'm kind of thinking she might also have poison and stuff, and might be in some way related to Fang, which of course Fang is like F-A-N-G, it's not like, it's pronounced Fang, but the actual name is like an acronym, it's F-A-N-G, so this A.K.I person might be someone related to Fang, might be maybe the last female remaining survivor of the clan that somehow got away and didn't kiss ass to Bison. She probably was smart enough to, now I'm just going to lay low till the shit blows over, then I'll come out. I'm not going to be kissing ass to nobody, And on the other hand, she does fall into the same letter scheme as JP and G, so we don't know. On the other hand, might be working with Ed. And on the final hand, maybe she's working for the big bad. Maybe both JP and A.K.I are working for whoever the mysterious big bad is, which better fucking not be Bison. I want to throw the disc at a out the street or something, but it's fucking Bison again, But oh, they fucking like he better be okay. If you want him back so badly, make him DLC or something so that he's still in the game anyway. But story wise, better be someone else. And with how badass JP looks, they better really outdo themselves to design someone that looks way even more badass than this guy. Because JP, I mean, he almost got like main villain vibes right here. You know what I mean? Just all that swagger. But yeah. So Aki looks like a villainous character, and I'm thinking she might be related to Fang or the JPG thing, or possibly even working with Ed. But that remains to be seen, but she looks cool.
Yeah, like, considering the country she's from and the hands, I'm definitely thinking in some way, shape, or form she's related to Fang. He might have either made her part of the project or something of that, but, oddly enough, she gives me, like, some really funky Resident Evil vibes. Like, she looks like, the first appearance of one of those characters that like transforms 3 times into some big mush monster. But yeah, she definitely has some Fang vibes to her. I want to see where her allegiance lies in this.
Dude, I didn't notice. I didn't notice the flag until you brought it up. Like, look at her hairstyle and the claws and how pale she is. She's almost like like either she is or she's a homage to like the Chinese vampire, right?
Yeah, it would seem like either that or she's a Chinese vampire. But yeah, she's from the same country as Fang. So between that and the long claws, I'm starting to wonder here. But still, like, if anything, she kind of gives me like some major Resident Evil vibes. Like this would be like an evil Ada Wong or something like that. But either way, I want to see how, again, her gameplay works and what's her story. I've never thought like a design for a character would get me so interested in going, hey, what is your story? What is going on with you? But a lot of the cast is really kicking in and doing it for me. So kudos to the art designer on these.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, comparing Kimberly to A.K.I, I mean, A.K.I definitely has a much more appealing appearance. It's just full of mystery. We don't know her story. She could be a vampire. I don't know. To me, she's giving me the kind of vibe that maybe the claws are gonna, like, she might stab you with the claw, and that she might be sucking your energy from that. I don't know. It's just giving me that type of vibe. Like, don't mess with A.K.I. She looks like, I don't know. She's on a mission, and I wouldn't be surprised if she might be a soul sucker. I don't know.
Ooh, that's a crazy thought. What if she's one of those characters where it's like she stabs you, and then instead of taking your life, like she takes your overdrive meter.
That could be a possibility.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, because something about her doesn't look like 100% human. Like come on, like her skin is super pale.
Yeah, and at first I was gonna say that vampires, like, I don't know, the world of Street Fighter, but then we got that demon, that weird warrior hunter demon thing. I forgot his name was from Street Fighter 5. You know, the guy with the super long dreadlocks.
Nakali.
Oh,
Nakali, yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but she's actually giving me not 100%, but she's giving me kind of like a Darkstalker-ish type vibe as well, in a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, her outfit does kind of look like the outfit that Morgan would wear in her victory pose or something.
But yeah, but the hairstyle, for some reason, it reminds me of Xianko, and again, Xianko also is a Chinese vampire, so I don't know, I kind of get those vibes. Like I said, either she is one, or she's like heavily modeled after one.
Now, this is a big conspiracy theory, but honestly, if Capcom really wanted to cash on Darkstalkers, they should make a Darkstalkers versus Street Fighter, and, you know, definitely put A.K.I in the game.
Yeah.
That would be a good call. I mean, Udon Comics already published a Darkstalkers versus Street Fighter series for a while there.
Yeah, it's all badass. But yeah, overall, all these characters just got amazing personalities. And, I mean, just looking at them in general, you can tell that some of them are badass, you know. DJ's got the cool confidence. They're all ready to fight in different ways. You know, JP got that swagger going on. Like, everyone just looks badass in their own ways. It's almost like each character design tells a story, and we're curious to find out exactly what that story is and how these characters relate to one another. You know, who knows each other, who doesn't know each other, who hates each other, or whatever, of the new characters anyways, and stuff like that. And you know how it is, they always change shit. For all we know, Mimi could be some person that pissed off Juri in the past or whatever. You know, just like how they out of nowhere made what was his name? I think his name was Hakan. Hakan being old friends with E Honda and stuff, and Blanca being friends with Sakura or whatever. They could have some kind of thing where Juri hates Mimi or something. I don't know. It's like a weird thing. Like, I'm just so curious how everyone's gonna relate to each other, how they interact and everything. And it just looks like Street Fighter 6 is gonna be one hell of a badass game.